what we can do with your way, but don't get crazy. Today on our show, we have a very special guest. It's Charles Dickens, y'all. Charles Dickens is here to talk about his new book, David Copperfield. Tell us about your book.
This is my book that I wrote, David Copperfield. It's about a child named David Copperfield and his struggles in life. He really didn't have any guidance, but it's kind of about my life too. I just don't like to talk about right now. Can I just put this book down?
That's okay. Don't get sad. I'm sorry, y'all. Charles Dickens had to leave because he got a little bit emotional, you know, and he want to talk about it. So, we got David Copperfield to come on our show. David, how are you? So, David, tell us about when you was a child.
Well, I never knew my father. He died before I was born.
That's so sad.
So I've always lived with my mother, and eventually she married some scumbag named Mr. Murdstone. And when he and his sister moved in, they were just evil.
And he would gather her leaves. David, what would he gather?
Pears?
No, David, that's not right. It's okay. Let's try again, okay? And he would gather her leaves. Clara! What is this? I thought I told you. Firmness. I just can't be. I don't feel comfortable. David, when this dog is bad, what do I do to it?
Just beat it.
What the?
Ah!
Dang, boy, you bit him?
Yes, and soon after they sent me to school.
Oh, my God.
And then after, Peggotty, my servant, sent me to Yarmouth.
Who's mouth?
Yarmouth, to visit with her family, including Ham and Emily.
Where your stepdaddy be sending you to school at?
Well, I went to Salem House where I met my two friends, Tommy and James.
Dudes, I can't see the TV.
You're such an unfortunate fat boy, Tommy.
Man, this Salem school sucks.
I know, man. If that creeper dude comes up here, man, just chunk your remote, man.
It's Creakle.
So, you met some friends? That's nice.
Yes, but then my mother died.
Ooh.
And then the Murdstones were very mean to me and sent me off to work with Mr. McCalber at a wine bottling factory.
Well, you don't even know about working. You don't even know.
But Mr. McCalber had to leave London because he mismanaged his finances and had to get away from the creditors. And so I decided to search for my only living relative, Betsy Trotwood.
Yes.
Is Betsy Trotwood here?
Betsy!
Why?
Because I'm her long-lost nephew.
Betsy! It's your long-lost nephew. Come to the door.
What are you talking about?
I'm your long-lost nephew.
Are you screwing with me and my dick?
No, I'm being serious. I'm your long-lost nephew.
Well, let's come in and talk about this. Come, Dick.
Coming.
Did they take you in?
Yes, they took me in. And then Betsy sent me to school after with a man named Mr. Strong. And then while attending school, I moved in with a man named Mr. Wickfield, and I became very good friends with his daughter named Agnes. I graduated college from the school with Dr. Strong, and then I went back home to visit Peggotty.
Oh! Hey, let's go see my mom.
Okay, James.
What's up, mama?
Hey, buddy.
Who's your friends?
This is David Copperfield.
Nice to meet you. What's up? So you ran into your old friend James?
Yes, and then I met his mom, and then we all went to go see my servant Peggotty, and then we all became great friends.
Bessie persuaded me to get a job as a proctor, a type of lawyer. I moved to London and got a job at the firm Spinlow and Jorkins. I moved in with a lady named Mrs. Krupp. Mr. Spinlow, my boss, invited me over to his house for the weekend, and I met his daughter Dora and quickly fell in love with her.
Hi, David Copperfield. I'm Mr. Spinlow, and this is my daughter Dora.
Okay, Tommy, what's up?
What's up, my main man?
So back in my firm in London, I was reunited with my friend Tommy and Mr. McCaliber.
Oh, the fat dude and the wine guy.
Yeah. And also, I learned that my friend Peggotty's husband was dying, so I went back to be with her in her time of need. What's wrong, Emily?
When Mr. Barkis dies, I have to marry him.
Oh.
Okay. I really believe you can make me a woman.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I do not want to marry him.
Mr. Barkis is dead!
Come on, we gotta go.
We're running.
So Steerforth and Emily ran away?
Yes, and Mr. Peggotty was really upset that his daughter had ran away. He was alone. I decided I was going to ask for Dora's hand in marriage.
May I have your daughter's hand in marriage?
You may not marry my daughter. Well, this is a rocky carriage ride. Wow!
I now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. David Copperfield. You may now kiss your bride.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Spinlow had died in a carriage accident, and then you married Dora?
Yes, and Dora proved to be a very terrible housewife. And soon after, I learned that Mr. Steerforth left Emily, and that Mr. Peggotty and Emily moved to Australia with the McCalibers. Steerforth and Ham died in a shipwreck, and then Dora got ill and died, so I went on to marry Agnes.
What? Thank you for coming on my show today. It was a very interesting story. Now everybody, look under your seats. It's David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. I would like to say a special thank you to our sponsors, Fanta and Hot Pockets. Woo! It's all